Alright, so spirit. What does the collective need to know? Hey, friend. Girl, didn't I say y'all, I say y'all make up the rest of the, the rest of the reading. Oh, your phone died? Or are you asking me? um, yeah, it was about to. And like right now, I'm trying to charge my iPad as much as I can because the daggone. Okay, let me focus. I'm working on channeling what Spirit is saying. Alright, so Spirit, give me something specific to whoever's watching right now. Eternal life. But you know what? Tom is so funny. He inboxed me talking about RIP live. He is so best. Okay. I don't like when Spirit does this. Cause it's like it's so many cliches. And I'm getting random stuff. So, the energy that I get is that someone is going through an awakening. Okay, Molly, you sent it to Cash App. To Venmo. Okay. Um. I can't even figure out how to see Venmo on my iPad. So, did you have a question specifically or just a general? Okay, higher self spirit. What does Molly need to know? Okay, so Molly, let me know if any of this resonates. So initially I was getting the stocks are trading well and will have longevity. And then they were saying there will be at least 7 streams of infinite income. So are you into stock trading, honey? Because you about to come into some money. You or maybe somebody you're just seeing. Oh wow, 7 of Cups keeps coming out like crazy, and Ace of Coins, so that checks out. Okay. Are you involved in the stock market or some like your partner or something like that? Okay. So maybe at some point, like if you end up having a significant amount of money it would be best to get a financial advisor, and that could be what they're talking about. I was also hearing mansions, private jets, vacationing on private islands. And like, if anybody knows me, this ain't the regular reading. I give it to you straight. So for spirit to be talking about all that for you, that's got to be something special. Okay. Um, I was hearing going on a spirit retreat is a good idea. And then I heard like Costa Rica. Right. Were you thinking about going on a spiritual retreat? Because they were saying it was a good idea. Oh, wow. I was doing that, but in Peru. Okay. So did you do that recently or you were planning on it? Plans didn't work out, but it's still a future plan. Okay, so they are, your spirit guides are saying it's a good idea. I heard Costa Rica, but like get with your spirit team and see if Peru is still a good location. Um, I was getting the energy that you have an uncle who is a spirit guide. Do you have a passed on uncle who you were close to? I didn't know him, but yes, I've thought that it might be him as I've dug into my family history. Okay, so that's confirmation for that. I definitely feel like you traveling is going to be divinely guided, and your uncle, this uncle is going to be someone who is like a very close spirit guide. Spirit, is there anything else Molly needs to know? Okay, so when I got a channel message earlier for the collective, Spirit was saying someone is going to meet their person at a seafood market or restaurant. Do you eat a lot of seafood? You said no. Oh, you say you do? Oh, Lord. Well, I say be ready. You gonna meet somebody at the. It might be the seafood boy. Just got a lot of shrimp today. Okay. So do you go to a seafood market? I'm just being nosy now. Cause I mean, I know people get stuff from the grocery store, but Stop. There's one where I live that I've been wanting to try, freshly imported every day. I'm definitely gonna go. Okay, so look good when you go, honey. Okay, look good. Cause you never know. I mean, it could be the owner. You know, I mean, they just generally said that you gonna meet your person at the seafood restaurant. So, and that was very specific for the collective. I'm cackling in the best way. Okay. Cause when I got that part, I was like, that's real specific. Um, did you have any questions? Hi, Danny. No, that was great, and I got confirmation on that, Uncle. Okay, good. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I'm gonna pull a couple of cards. Yeah, coming out of this energy, being all in your head, overwhelmed, I'm hearing, overthinking, to being more balanced and tranquil, I'm hearing, having your cup filled. And then we got the Six of Cups. So a lot of like emotional healing, emotional support. I'm hearing partnership. Child, you must have been doing some real work, honey. And Spirit said, we are here to reward you. You have mastered your energy. You are standing in your power. Shining bright like the sun. Tamed your darkness. Overcame your darkness. You said, oh my God, you were talking about stocks. I think he was a stockbroker. His father owned a bank. Oh, okay, so your uncle. Okay. Yeah. So I think he's gonna guide you to invest in some stocks then. Because the way that he was talking about all that money that's coming in and the stocks are doing well. So I definitely feel like he's guiding you toward like specific ways to invest. And I feel like there was some people trying to burden you, and Spirit is like, we got it covered. Don't even worry about it. Because it's giving the energy that people were trying to burden you, but you still pushed past and overcame all of that. They wanted you in this burdened energy. The Spirit said, no, we not doing no moon action, because she shines bright like a diamond. All right, Molly. So I hope that helped you. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so Spirit, what does the collective need to know? So what I was getting earlier was allow people to go through their awakening. Everything isn't always as it seems. So I feel like maybe you were interacting with someone who was going through an awakening, and you actually triggered the awakening. And so Spirit is trying to give some reassurance, like, you didn't do anything. There wasn't anything bad that you said or did or anything like that. And like the person like is given the energy of someone like running off, or like trying to sabotage the situation because they got scared. But Spirit is saying you are destined for the absolute best in life. There are no mistakes. You're not going crazy. People have to know how to communicate. Your person is going to quickly realize that they can't live without you. Everything is in divine timing and divine order. This was very specific. I was getting the roof will be replaced by the insurance company. So is there somebody watching who need their roof replaced and they were worried about the insurance company not paying? They will pay for the roof. So Spirit was saying your voice triggers awakenings. And that's what they were talking about. It's not you running people off. Your voice just triggers people's awakening. The money that's coming in, though, will be a good distraction from this separation period. I was hearing you must trust your intuition. Your mission is too big to stop now. And so at the bottom of the deck, we got the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. You said, wow, was meant to be here. You're great. Oh, thank you. So what part that resonated with you? Was it everything? All this money, all this justice in your finances. And Spirit said, ain't no money like the money from the divine. You hear me? These folks out here, the top 1% that are billionaires and trillionaires, they think they doing something. But Spirit said, oh no. when we issue divine inheritances, when we issue divine inheritances, there's nothing that can top it. I'm hearing there's nothing that can stop it. We're talking about wish fulfillment, the family you always wanted. Spirit is like, even though you may not have had supportive pregnancies in the past, this relationship is going to renew your spirit about love and relationships. It's going to renew your spirit about being a parent, because it's like, given the energy that maybe you went through a past relationship and had a child or children, and it wasn't really a loving, supportive, it really wasn't a loving, supportive pregnancy or relationship or time when you were a parent. Like, just so disrespected as a parent, downplayed as a parent, even though you sacrificed so much time, energy, just everything. Sacrificed a whole lot for your kids. You would never given the proper recognition. But Spirit is saying you are getting the justice for how people treated you as a parent, how they would undermine your authority as a parent, how they would downplay you to the children, how they would manipulate the children to be against you as a parent. Spirit said, we are serving justice on that whole situation. We're bringing balance to your relationship with your children. And this could be future children, because we carry things from generation to generation. And if you out here breaking cycles like this, and the divine is all up in it, behind it, on top of it, under it, supporting it, going before you to pave the way, I'm hearing. And we got the Sun card. Divine intuition, divine inspiration, downloads from the Sun, upgrades from the Sun. You said everything literally so far and down to the separation. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's what Spirit was talking about, the awakening. You see how there's like butterflies around his head, transformation, like a third eye awakening. But underneath this, maybe dark night of the soul awakening, this is a person who has mastered their mind, has transformed their mind. And that's why, like freaking out about a relationship or whatever is not in their character. Like, truly. Yeah, I'm hearing the person is going to have to go within. I'm hearing go shine a light within the darkness within. Shine a light on the darkness within. And Spirit is like, they'll be supporting them or you, however this resonates, throughout the entire process. They're guiding the boat. They're moving you from rough waters to calm waters, taking you out of this mental energy, balancing your emotions. The Magician. When we talking about a couple that has a magician energy, sun energy, and God energy, God of Swords, this person stands in their authority, their royalty. They know who they are. And they stand firm. They're a protector. So, you know, that's what that person is deep down, outside of the awakening. But it does, you know, when people's magician, like I'm going to say comes online, it's always been online. But when a person's magic starts to like really manifest, it can be nerve-wracking. Yeah, I was saying spirits bringing balance to your emotions. And this is kind of like one of you is more balanced, like one of you is better emotionally than the other. It's kind of like what I'm hearing is Beauty and the Beast. I'm hearing that song where homegirl says, "What's that in my cup?" That's that potion. Rubbing honey's on my skin like it's lotion. Okay. Go off. Child, nothing but balance. Nothing but balance. And back here, we've got, I call this infinite abundance. And back here, we have a whole steady water flow, currency. Okay. Those emotions are balanced. Spirit is like, we're taking advantage of this time freedom. We're not overwhelming ourselves with duties. We're not, just doing the most taking on too many tasks. It's time to get right in every area. And I feel like the work that was necessary to be done has been done. I'm hearing don't grow weary when it comes to relationships and the ups and downs. My whole life has been challenge after challenge in relationships. And I mean, really, that's really what life is all about. You know, dealing with people with different personalities, having different relationships with different people, having to cut people off that no longer serve you, having to create boundaries with family, having to leave people behind. And this is also leaving people behind. Like, in order to like truly be successful, truly be happy, truly have this peace and tranquility, you really have to leave people behind. Thank you for the gifts. Ooh. Yeah, this person is kind of struggling with the awakening, not wanting to really communicate true feelings, and just kind of numbing themselves through the whole process. Oh my God. Masculine pride, like I said. When I'm gonna speak like for men, because this is what men have told me, and so I know that it doesn't apply to everyone, but when men are really in their ego and someone comes along that totally like flips their world upside down, folk be out here speechless because they thought that they were all the way in this energy until homegirl came along and was like, what you got? And you know, when people are used to dealing with people who are not going to hold them accountable, who aren't, you know, don't come across, I don't like to use the word intelligent, but basically, like, I'll use the term superficial because my feeling is like if your whole existence is based on social media, reality TV, getting the next bag, you know, if people when people are on some real superficial shit, that helps to enable their partner to feel superior and to feel like, you know, it's really giving masculine energy because I know that like in same sex relationships people can be competitive. Um and a lot of times it's interesting because a lot of times the more masculine person ends up, like if it's two women, the more masculine person may end up being you know, the one that's in their ego, masculine, toxic masculinity. Yeah, like I said earlier, this person called themselves doing a disappearing act because the awakening is scaring them. And we got detective. I feel like this person was trying to find something wrong. So, like, they found something wrong to bail out, essentially. Digging for dirt. Yeah, it's giving the energy that somebody was just trying to find something wrong. Yeah, brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. Everything I've been saying already. Yeah, Spirit said they spilling the beans on the situation. Oh well. Spirit, so what's the outcome? I don't say that often, but I'm like, for real, what is the outcome now at this point? This person might have had to either get a couple of drinks in them, or some trees or something. And I'm not promoting any kind of use. I'm just saying they might have had to do that in order to be calm around you. So the outcome is that this, like I said, this person is going to come out of the awakening. They're going to come out of emotional withdrawal. They're come out of creating obstacles and challenges for themselves, and they will be victorious. That's giving portal energy. That's giving awakening energy. Man, why can't it just be simple? Shit. But I mean, the good thing is, while you're in separation, it'll be all right. Be some bullshit. But anyway, yeah, spirit is like looking at you was like looking in the mirror of their darkness. You triggered every aspect of their darkness that they had not addressed, because you are a portal. See, what happens is, and Spirit about to take it there, the lady part, because I don't know how much I can say on these TikTok streets, but your lady part, especially if it's attached to a healer, a healed person, a divine being, a galactic being, an interdimensional being, she is a portal to your highest self. Most people are scared shitless of their potential. That's where imposter syndrome comes from. So when you have someone who carries the energy of someone who not only shows you yourself and your darkness, but also gives you a glimpse of your greatness, your potential, folk be just looking for stuff to find wrong with you. Like, what can I pinpoint that is wrong with this person so that I can justify running? Ghosted, cowardice, disappearing act. What can I find wrong about this person who is a complete and utter divine being? My soulmate. The person that I've been manifesting. That's the wild part. You scared of the person you have manifested? I ain't gonna lie, I've been there. Been there, done that. And it's not a good place to be. And I'm not saying there's only one soulmate. I'm not saying that, there aren't going to be other people that are your person, you know. But baby, this person thought they were in this energy till they met you. and hit a brick wall. Because when you have this kind of energy, this is like the highest levels of consciousness. This is being able to see into the cosmos. This is like all seeing, all knowing type energy. People do not like to be seen on this level. Most people, especially people in this egoic, toxic energy. People are used to hiding behind, I'm hearing smoke and mirrors, but I feel like it's and that's where I was going with like the superficial female, because I feel like the superficial female is the smoke and mirrors that this person would hide behind. But it wasn't fulfilling. So, like, the person wants someone that is, you know, beneath them in a way. And I don't mean to say that in the negative context, but the lower hanging fruit, so that they can feel important, intelligent, can feel like a leader. And you know, like, if you can't properly communicate, you are not operating in leadership energy. You're just not. Because a leader is a masterful communicator. They tell you what it is, what it ain't. And they gonna say it in such a way that makes hard pills easy to swallow, is what I'm hearing. And so, you know, as much as people want to feel like they matured or whatever, yeah, spirit is like, this intuition right here is a straight universe. Like, we talking about ascended master energy. Like, that's beyond high priest, high priestess. Spiritual union. 10 of Cups. So yeah, there's gonna be a separation. But just stand your ground. Don't waver. Because if you stand your ground and allow this person to go through what they need to go through, when they come back, it's gonna be on this type of time. Like, holding hands is one thing, but this type of time, this is basically two awakened divine beings coming together as one. Creating magic is what I'm hearing. I said it earlier. Both of these people are magicians. That universal energy. I'm hearing the type of energy that heals the planet. And in previous lives, I was talking about like a divine union that's literally going to heal the planet and rebalance out the masculine and feminine on the planet. Excuse me, confirmation birth. That's definitely given that type of energy. Where they pour into that cup and that cup overflows to the world. I'm hearing the chalice of Christ. When you pour out that Christ consciousness into a chalice and other people reap the benefits of your cup overflowing, when that cup overflows and it's got all that supernatural healing, supernatural power, supernatural emotional balance and stability, y'all ain't going nowhere. Do you hear me? Too many sacrifices have already been made. Y'all ain't going nowhere. So Spirit is basically saying it's now your job to stay out of your head. It's your job to continue to believe in love. I'm hearing in reconciliation. And Spirit said prosperity begins. Nothing but prosperity. Nothing but justice. Nothing but creativity that generates an overflow of currency, infinite abundance, infinite overflow. Material and spiritual prosperity. So we talking about prosperity in every area of your life. We're talking about luxury lifestyle. We talking about straight up like divine gifts being just bestowed. Hey, illuminated lotus. Thank you for the gifts. Hey, is it Saturday? Okay, Saturday. Of course, I just popped a sweet. I have my interview in the morning, so I won't be here long. Okay, well, I don't know if I want to use the word love. But may your spirit guides be with you during your interview, child. I've been talking about the awakening. And when you have an awakening, you do have to go into solitude. You do have to go within. I like to talk about this as like her reading the book of her life, her getting to know herself, her reading her own energy, getting comfortable with the light within. And these both have nines in them, which is completion. Yeah, we're completing a work here. The moving on card came out in the reverse. But, like, take it as it resonates, because with this person just in this energy of trying to find something wrong with you, to give them an excuse to run, you may have to just move the fuck on. I mean, the idea of reconciliation is nice. But I don't like delivering messages like that, because I want people to continue to live their lives, however that looks. And you can get really consumed with the whole reconciliation process, and like every collective reading that talks about reconciliation or love, you feel like it's about you. And I'm not saying that that's not possible, but it can, like I said, it can be very consuming, and it can create an environment where you neglect the things that you need to do to be on your Zoom. If you're not able, like, say for instance, you want to be more consistent with going live, and something happens, within the relationship, or you don't feel like the relationship is reconciling fast enough, if being in that phase disturbs you so much that you can't go live and you can't, you know, do your thing that that you need to be doing, showing up for yourself, praying, meditating, that's not the type of energy any relationship should put you in. I'm still working on it, but when you have started to master the art of detachment, that is the sweet spot. I promise you. It is really the sweet spot. Because when you are detached from an outcome, that means that you love yourself more than attaching to a specific outcome, because everyone has free will. The energy could read one thing today, and that person used their free will to totally flip the energy tomorrow. And so, if it was meant to be, it will be. If it wasn't, it wasn't. Like, that's the art of detachment. That's having a deep faith and trust in the divine, that you are being divinely guided and protected, that you met that person for a reason, and that it may have been just for a short period of time, for you to see that it is possible to see the fruits of your manifestations, to show you that you don't have to chase you attract. You attract what you have manifested to you. And we're talking about years in the making. I know my divine partner is going to be good, because when I tell you, I have been manifesting this man since I was a child. Even though I've been in relationships and even though I was married, I still have not seen the relationship, the fairy tale, romantic filled, relationship that I've been manifesting since I was a child. I used to make love song mixtapes now. And I'm talking about not professional DJ mixtapes. I'm talking about mixtapes from the damn boombox, where you hit record and then you press pause until that song comes on, and then you unpause it to record, and when the song over, you hit pause again. And you rinse and repeat that until you got a whole damn slow jam mixtape, front and back. That's my favorite superpower as Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, honey. That art of detachment, that shit is something special. And it doesn't mean that you don't care about the person. Like, I've really been messed up. Like, I've had to sit and gather myself behind certain situations that have happened. But after you have sat and gathered yourself, it's important to sit in your feelings. It's important to sit in your emotions. Not for long, but allow yourself to feel how you feel. Speak out loud. Like, if you're, at home by yourself or in a safe space where you can speak out loud to your spirit team and just let them know, this is fucked up. I did not want it to be like this. It's necessary to have moments like that. I'm having the hardest time honing in on my spirit guide, and I have 2 visual directions. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you trying to say you're trying to connect with a spirit guide? Yeah, Spirit is saying it's going to require some patience. Man. I'll be over this shit. You hear me? On some real shit. Yes, but what calls to me in my practice is 2 different cultures. One is Egyptian and one pagan. Okay. So, I mean, you can have spirit guides of all different kinds of backgrounds because, I mean, essentially, so your ancestors are like passed on loved ones, and then your spirit guides. Your spirit guides can be past life versions of you. So, I mean, you very well could have Egyptian and pagan past lives. So, I usually just invite whatever spirit guides want to come forward. The spirit guides of the highest light and vibration. Yeah, Spirit is saying it's okay to have hope and reconciliation. It's okay to be patient with people. They're saying that the light can be blinding. It can be very blinding. Both my grandmas leans very natively American, so part of that made its way in respectfully. Okay. Yeah, Spirit is saying have compassion on the person going through an awakening. Trust your divinity, trust the divine, and talk to your spirit team. We were just talking about that. Prayer is essentially talking to your spirit team. That includes your higher self, that includes your spirit guides, that includes your ancestors of the highest light and vibration. And here's the awakening card. I've been talking about an awakening the whole time. So that's definitely confirmation. Look, rebirth. Every end is a new beginning. So we have rebirth and the awakening. And Phoenix, the city Phoenix could be significant. Arizona. And this also could be you. Like, you could be going through the awakening and you could be ascending. It doesn't have to have anything to do with anybody else. And, you're discovering your divinity. Discovering your divinity through prayer and meditation. Yep, growth. And I was saying earlier, trust your intuition. I think a card came out that said trust your intuition, but yeah, Spirit is like your intuition is strong. Oh, you're welcome. You said I'm literally moving to my 5-year goal stay in 3 weeks. Oh, that's awesome. You're from Phoenix. Okay. Manifestations and breaking through right now. Ones I said in 2020, it was meant to happen upon you. I was meant to happen upon you, for sure. Yeah, I feel like I've been manifesting stuff for years. and getting readings for years. And I've been like, Spirit, why are you giving me these readings? And this is like so many years in the future. And they basically were like, we just wanted you to remain hopeful. Spirit said, we give you these messages for you to remain hopeful. Not to play games with you, not to play with your emotions, not to like get your hopes up to drop you off a cliff, none of that. But it's about trust. It's about trust. It's about growth. It's about trust in the divine. If the divine gives you a message and it's basically confirmation of what you know, but then you don't trust the message, that's where the problem comes up. Because if you're asking for a message, you get confirmation and then you don't trust it, I'm talking to myself. I don't know about y'all, but this is shit I be doing. And I am very tapped in. And I just be like straight up, are y'all sure? Can y'all confirm? Can y'all confirm again? Friendship. Yeah, this relationship, this is going to be way more than a relationship. It is a friendship. It's still going to be strong. Spirit said, have no fear. No worries. All is well. All is taken care of. All right, y'all. I know your decks are sassy like mine. I said, for real. I said what I said. Yes, the intuition card did come out earlier. Trust your intuition. But anywho. Alright, y'all. Have a good night. Okay, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all have a good night. Not TikTok.